Welcome everyone to our Monday morning miracle call. And this is our favorite time of the beginning of the week so that we come together. We have time to share and hear the miracles that are happening on this amazing technology that we all get to share with other people. And if you're here for the first time or new into LifeWave, we really welcome you because this is going to be a time when you get to hear so many results and benefits on so many different levels. And it's just what makes our hearts sing. And this community family of global countries all over the world that get to share this technology. So this morning, we start with our testimonials mainly focused on the first 15 minutes on the X39 and Celergize. And then after that, we'll shift into other patch stories. And another thing, I'd like to remind you that we don't mention any disease names. We talk about symptoms so that we are compliant. And pretty much everybody gets what the symptoms are for whatever kind of a health challenge you may have had or sharing with us. And to share, if you look down at the bottom of your screen, there is a button where you can click to raise your hand. It's under reactions. So if you'd like to share, please do that. And we encourage people that have just been on the patch for a little while, especially to let us hear what's happening because it's really exciting to see increments of how health changes. And we have people that have been on the patches for a long time, short time, middle time. So please do that and raise your hand. And we're going to take about a minute to a minute and a half to share our stories. So we don't need all the details, but we want to hear what was happening before and how the patch has changed your life. So please do raise your hand. If you go under reaction and then click on raise hand, then we'll be able to see you and call on you to share your story. So I see that people are a little bit shy this morning. Okay. Robin.
Well, I thought I'd start it off. Um, 8 years ago, I had a really bad knee replacement and started researching stem cell injections. And most of us are here because of my knee. And the replacement did not go well. 2 weeks ago, this coming Wednesday, I had what's called an orthopedic revision, where I got another new knee. So I got my third new knee. And on my first one, I cried for a year and it was horrible. And God bless Gregory. The second one was way better after being on X39 for a year and a half. And now, not even 2 weeks, I'm walking without my walker and doing leg lifts and having amazing results really, really quickly. So I'm very grateful, very grateful. And I think Gregory is too.
I am. It's a lot easier than the last time around.
That's such a, to see you have that comparison, although that's not a comparison we'd like to have, but
Nobody wants to do what I've done. Trust me.
but like you said, to see how long it took and how much you had to go through, those years ago and now in 2 weeks, that's really just incredible. And your bones, your body is so much stronger.
It's
So
amazing. And all the practitioners that come to the house, the PT, the OT, the nurse, are all kind of blown away with my strength and my recovery and my mobility because my flexion and extension are already really good. So this stuff works. You might want to try it.
I want to try it. I want to try it. No, we love to hear that, and especially because we were all praying for you too. So we're so happy you're on the quick road to recovery.
You. And we're titrating off the meds so I can get my brain back too.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got to use them when you got to use them, and then it's over. So who else would like to share? Let's not be shy. I know that other people have stories. Okay, Jerry.
Hi, good morning, Dee. Good morning, everybody. I'll give you one with my husband. He's been on the patch now probably 4 years or so. And that's one thing I want to stress to everybody because it's not an overnight fix like Dr. Kathy says, you can't pick the fix. And these patches, X39 knows exactly where your body needs to go. I mean, it is very smart. So he had a problem with his hands that were very, very painful. Pain was really bad. And he loved to work in the yard and prune and do all that great stuff. And probably in about 4.5 months, no more pain in his hands. And he's a happy camper. So, it will go where it needs when it gets there. So thank you so much, Amy.
Thank you, Jerry. We love to hear that. So if I don't see any hands, you know what? I'm going to call on people. So how is that? Patricia, please unmute and tell us your story about you and your husband. Patricia in Florida, I know you're there. Okay, Cam, go ahead. We'll go to you first, then we'll go to Patricia. You can unmute, Cam. Okay, I guess he took his hand down. Okay, Patricia, go ahead. If you can unmute, Patricia. You have to hit the unmute button. Okay, we're going back.
How's that?
There you go.
I just went out to mix my Celergize real quick. And
I called on you. Go ahead.
anyway, Bob and I have had tremendous benefits from this. We started about 4.5, 5 years ago, and I'm off. Well, let's just say we're walking 2 to 3 miles a day. We're very healthy. I'm 85. He's 86. We've never been so healthy. People in our neighborhood are always asking us, what are you doing? What are you doing? So it's so easy to say, well, and hold up my patch, and they're like, oh, we want to try it. So, and I won't go into the health benefits of it all, but it's been wonderful. And we're grateful to you, Beamy, for introducing us to it all those years ago.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Glad that you guys are up and walking at 85, 86. You know, you can recalibrate your age. You can really start having more vitality and wellness. So we're glad to hear that.
Beamy, I always tell people it's about age reversal, and I'm not really 85. I'm only 79, going younger.
I get it. Thank you. Okay, Francine, if you can unmute. Yes.
I am unmuted, I think,
Yes, you are.
and here I am. I just want to say I've been on them a little over 3 years, and the first thing I noticed immediately was better sleep. I previously had issues. I was maybe getting 6 hours of sleep. I would turn and my shoulder would bother me, and then my legs would start having a tingling in it, and I'd have trouble going back to sleep. Once I was on the patches, all that went away, and I have dreams now. I sleep 7 to 8 hours and feel great. And then one other thing that I noticed, and I guess I'm one of those miracle ones. I had discomfort in my tailbone for about 3 months before I got on these patches, and every time I'd sit down, it would bother me. And I didn't realize it until 10 days later that all of a sudden I realized it was gone, and it's never come back. So just for that reason alone, I love the patches.
That's fantastic. You know, the incremental changes really, give us so much excitement because we don't know everything that's going on in the body. You know, the healing process goes really deep after a while. And there are things that are caught in our cellular memory or injuries that may be under the surface, and then things just start to heal. So we love that. Okay, Cam, please unmute. You were having trouble before. We'll go to Roxanne.
Hi, Beamy. Hi, everyone. Um, I've been on the patches now for a little over 2 years. And just like what Francine was saying, the very first thing I noticed was better sleep, improved sleep. And but for me too, it felt like my whole brain was being rewired. And so now to this day, I have better focus, and obviously the mental clarity is huge, and just overall general feelings of wellness, and no more like um, low grade mood. I don't think I can say the correct words or the words that
That's
I'm used to
good.
saying. Um, but the other thing I wanted to share is in February of this year, I had what could have been, I feel, a really bad slip and fall. I was in the shower, slipped on some soap, and just went flying backwards. Um, and I attribute nothing broken, and I do have bilateral hips from 10 years ago, total replacement. Nothing broken thanks to X39 and its daughter patch, the 49. So
Yeah, thank you.
thank you.
That's, you know, these are things because the statistics show that if you fall after a certain age, you know, you're more likely to break a hip or something like that. And we hear story after story how people have had falls and been on the patches and they don't have this breakage. And so that's wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Eva.
Hi, I'm about to be 87 soon, and I broke my left hip about 8 years ago, and it wasn't healing very well. But last year in September, I broke my shoulder, and I was supposed to have surgery and all that other stuff, and nothing was done. My shoulder healed really well. At Easter time, I broke my right hip,
Oh my gosh.
and it's coming along much better than the one that I broke years ago. And I just realized this morning that it's all due to the patches that I've been using. Since I broke my shoulder, I started using the X49 to help, and my right hip is coming along really well. But this morning, as I was getting up and exercising a bit in my bed, I realized that my left hip is coming along and maybe catching up to my right hip. So I'm really thrilled to be using the patches.
All your bones are getting stronger because that's what X49, one of the great benefits of that. So, you know, to hear that comparison and what's happening, thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, Miss Danielle.
Hello, Miss Mimi. How are you? So good to see
Good, good. Good
you.
morning.
Thank you. Well, I shared a couple weeks ago that I had, it was an ironic squeeze, let me put it that way, and I tore a ligament, which I thought was a broken rib. You actually could hear it crack. Went to the hospital, got the analysis. It turned out it was a ligament that had torn. It's still only 2 weeks later. I went to a trade show. I patched everywhere I could with Ice Wave and 49 and 39. Went to the trade show, walked great. It's 2 weeks later, and I'm almost completely healed. So I don't know how it's possible because the hospital said 6 weeks. I can only say that it has to be the patches.
Yeah, we love to prove the hospital and the doctors wrong, right? They give us this thing, oh, it's going to be this long, arduous healing, and then boom, boom.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. Awesome. Okay, Sean, you're on.
Yeah, so earlier this week I was doing some things around the house and I think I going to my chiropractor this morning, but I think I caused a vertebrae to go out of alignment, and so there was like some sciatica sort of feel. Maybe I pinched a nerve. I'm not sure exactly what I did, but I put X30, and I couldn't really tell where the pain was coming from. I know we've all run into this where you're feeling all this symptomology, but you can't quite pinpoint the area. So I did kind of a wallpaper approach. I just put X39 where I thought it was coming from, and then I put I bracketed the pain with Ice Wave, and it all just, and then I went to sleep because I was having a hard time finding a comfortable spot on the bed because when I would relax, it's like because I think the vertebrae is out, it would, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. It would, my muscles would relax, but the pain was there because I was relaxed. The tension was wrong in the body. So I was like, man. So I got up and I wallpapered and I went back to sleep and I slept great. And the next day, no problem at all. And I've got an appointment with my chiropractor this morning. So I'm just really thankful to be able to have that. And I take them wherever I go. I always have them with me. So if there's anybody that needs something or if I need something, then I've got it. But anyway, great. Really happy with the patches. I've been on them since May 24 and trying to keep track of all the good things, but there's so many, it's kind of hard to actually, I need to write them all down. But anyway, that's my story.
Thank you. Thank you, Sean. And yeah, those, we have so many results. It's good to keep a little notebook because you forget, how you feel or what happened or when it happened. And it's nice to be able to have like a timeline, especially when things start happening after a while, because
Yeah,
a
this
lot
is great for your social media posts too, because if you
yeah.
keep a track of all your little stories, that's what, in my experience, I mean, that's what I'm finding is that the stories, the personal testimonies are really what grab the people that know you, because you can talk to them till you're blue in the face about different things. But if you sound like you know, I've been in sales for a long time, so I have a hard time not sounding like a salesperson, but I try my best, not to. But anyway, those stories really help with those posts.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Mo, you're on.
Good morning, Beamy.
Good morning.
So I started the patches 3 years ago in August, and one of the first things I noticed was I had a lump under a scar from a melanoma surgery removal, and that lump went away like in 4 days, and it had been there for over a year. The second thing I noticed, one of the main things that's happened for me is I'm a nurse, and I had been injured at the hospital and had a back injury, and I had for 40 years had back pain. And so I started in August, and in December that back pain went away and has not come back. And it's been a huge thing for me. And then my vision, the first year I had my eyes examined, they were 20/40, and then the next year they were 20/25, and then the following year they were 20/20. And so I'm anxious to see what they're going to be when I go in February for my next exam.
Wow, that's fantastic. And just to let you guys know, she's been a nurse for over 50 years. So,
yeah, I'll be 75 in February. So,
yay. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome, Beamy.
Okay, Christy, you're up.
Hello. So this one's for my husband. He has been using the patch off and on X39 for just a little while, but it's been off and on, and he didn't ever feel anything. He said, and he was having trouble with his sciatic nerve, and so he'd previously gone to the chiropractor. This was months ago. And it had helped him. The chiropractor had helped him. Well, this time, the pain had come back, and so this time I asked him. I said, since Celergize has been out, I said, can you please try this one more time and use the Celergize because that might try to help you. And so he agreed to it. And so He's been using the Celergize every day and using the X39 is the only thing. And he told me just yesterday that he's not having any more back pain and he doesn't know if it's the exercises he's been doing or he's been doing exercise before, but so it didn't really help. But so he didn't know if it was the exercise or X39, but I know that it's the X39. I think the Celergize really helped him a lot.
That's great to hear. The Celergize is such an incredible addition to the effectiveness of the patch, especially the X39. So thank you for that. Okay, Casey.
Hi, good morning. I'm sorry I can't be on the show you my picture. I just got out of the shower. I wanted to give you a quick update. I celebrated last week my last appointment at the wound clinic. I was assaulted in August 22nd, ended up going to the wound clinic in September because I wasn't healing correctly. I patched every patch I knew to have, and I was finally released. I was assaulted and attacked, and my attacker is still on the loose, even though there's a warrant out for his arrest. But ladies, be careful out there. But he shoved me straight down, and I should have. Every doctor, every healthcare professional I've talked to said, at the very least, I should have broken a hip or a back or gotten a concussion, and I didn't. So thank you, LifeWave.
Thank you. We're so happy that you didn't have those more serious conditions. That's a tough thing to go through. We're glad you're on the road to recovery. Almost done. Okay, Miss Sunshower. It was good to see you this weekend.
Yeah, it sure was. We got to hug and everything. So there's a gentleman in our chat named Tomas Grace. He says he doesn't know how to raise his hand. I asked him if he knows how to unmute. I haven't gotten a response. Tomas, Gregory. Tomas, are you there?
Yes, I can raise my hand. I can't get the raise hand
And raise
button.
your hand and go for it, please.
Well, I'll raise my hand, but unmute. I just wanted to briefly talk about my short journey here. I'm in my 6th month. I was introduced to X39 just 5 months ago. Coincidentally, and I don't believe in coincidences, just a couple of days after that, I hear somebody at the pickleball club talking about the X39, so I butted into the conversation just to hear more, and it happened to be Dennis Pena. And so we played pickleball, Dr. Dennis Pena, who's obviously one of the doctors here. So the encouragement that I got from him and this journey has been consistent and persistence. So even though I personally didn't have necessarily a specific ailment other than being almost 76 years old and those basics, I stayed with the patches, and within 3 to 4 months, I started feeling amazing energy and feeling better and just feeling very light. So I just wanted to share that part of my journey right now. That just patience, persistence, consistency, and patience was a key message that I received. So hope you look at
Thank
that.
you. And that's a key message for everybody because it's consistency, because it's repetitive healing that's happening in the body every day. And you never know, where all the trauma or challenge is. And like I said before, it can go deeper. So you just know that every day you're going to get better. And that's what we know, that's what we feel. So thank you for sharing that. Okay, Kelly.
Good morning. Excuse me. Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. I will talk quick and I will still try to stay very compliant. It's kind of hard with this one. But when I was 18, I'm 48. When I was 18, was diagnosed with, of course, the female disorder that's painful cycles, infertility, had surgery, had 2 kids, and of course, about 15 years ago now, it returned along with something else that starts with the A, that's still in that same family with the tissue that goes around your uterus and just everything. So fast forward, it was just everything was painful. Cycles are extremely painful. So I scheduled in time with my husband, scheduled hysterectomy in 2020 that I had canceled, that I decided, something told me, don't do this, cancel. Fast forward 2 years later, September of 22, was introduced to LifeWave at a horse lovers event. And from that point forward, I just started on with the X39 and X49. Work out pretty healthy, eat really good. I did have a severe head injury back in, 34 years ago. So in 1991. So anyway, at about my 5 to 6 month mark, I stayed consistent with everything, just like they said. We can't pick the fix. There's things that I wanted it to go after, but it chose otherwise. And about the 5 to 6 month mark, I started noticing differences with my cycle, with not hurting anymore. And it went after this E word, and went for my annual, and he said, you never had your hysterectomy. I don't see anything, everything looks and feels good. Point blank is, don't give up for the younger ones or anyone that has this issue. It has been 3 years now, and it is completely gone. Every time I go back for my annual with my doctor, he's blown away and finally asked me, what did you do? And I finally told him last year about the patches, about LifeWave and X39 and just the healing of them. But there's so many now that I talk to. This is my biggest talking point because this is just the hugest win for me. Canceling hysterectomy, and I'm great. So thank you, X39 and LifeWave.
Thank you. Thank you. We
Of
love hearing
course.
those results.
Yes, and it's worked, on my head injury, with my brain, and just so much more. That's for another day share.
Yeah,
So-
the brain, we see those before and after photos that David did the testing on of the brain and how inflammation and coherence change.
Yes.
And this is such a godsend because so many people have brain head traumas, falling, injuries, car accidents, and to put the patch on and have these conditions start to reverse is just truly miraculous.
And with mine, like I said, I'm gonna say, it was 34 years ago. So, in all of that time, I struggled with a lot of different things. And then once, in 2022, it's continues to help and work on. So nothing is too long or too late for it not to help. Yes,
Thank
so
you.
Thank you.
So much.
Of course.
Okay, we're really at the end of the hour. I'm gonna bring on Fawn, and then Sean, if you can come back next week, and Kate, we'll get you on in the beginning. Okay, Fawn, go ahead.
Hi. This is really brief, but I've been on the patches a while, and I actually had a couple of things going on over the past week, at the end of the week and over the weekend. And for some reason, I think it was Friday night, I went to go to bed, and right before bed, my left leg just went into this severe, my calf and my foot, but it was cramping, Charlie horse type, but it was like nonstop. I've never had that. It was so painful. And I'm like crying, and I'm going, I don't know, I think I need to go maybe see somebody. And then all of a sudden I go, wait, I have patches. So I got out the Ice Wave, put one on each side of it, and within minutes it was just gone, and I went to sleep. Next night, same thing, but on the other leg. Honestly, no idea what that is. I probably have to kind of figure that out, but it was so severe, I can't even tell you. And I thought about people that talk about leg pain. I know quite a few people that have leg pain, and at night they can't sleep. So I don't know, but this was my example. I put it on the right leg, and it was gone. And I did wear them, through the next day. So just to say, it was like amazing. And yes, immediate relief. So, amongst all the other benefits I've been getting, but I thought I'd share that.
Yes, thank you. Leg cramps, Charlie horses, all those kind of things can be very painful.
It was horrible, and it wasn't like it just stayed. It wouldn't go away. It was just constant, horrible.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, thank all of you for your shares today. It was great. And, we appreciate everybody coming every week. I'm going to turn it back over to Gregory for closing out and any announcements.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Beamy. You always do such a wonderful job. Thanks, everybody. And Fawn, by the way, Robin, my wife, has occasional leg cramps, and we wear Eon every night. We wear X39 during the day, Eon at night on C7. And I can't tell you, she goes, "Oh, my leg, my leg." And she grabs the Eon, puts it on her leg, and she goes right back to sleep. So try the Eon. It's a little faster and easier than the Iceway, but
Thank you.
just one of the mysteries of life, I guess.
Actually,
Yeah.
let me add to that.
Go ahead.
I think any of the patches will work.
It's probably true.
Whatever you have convenient.
Whatever you
put
have
it on.
anywhere, put
Whatever
it
you
there.
have on, move it to the cramp and it'll work. It's actually quite extraordinary.
It is. So great. I do have a few announcements. The last couple of weeks, we didn't have our Monday evening community call and our Tuesday night Power the Patch call, and we're going to resume them this week. So tonight at 6 o'clock Pacific, we're going to have our community call, and tomorrow night, 6 o'clock Pacific, we're going to have our Power the Patch call, which is the same time. So this will be week 3 for the company's comp plan training, and it'll be week 3 for the LifeWave Now training. And they're playing twice. So they're at 11 a.m. So, in 2.5 hours, I'm going to watch it. Okay. And I encourage those of you that can to watch it, because we just need to get back into our groove with our community call. And one of the reasons, the last few weeks, we've had so many new directors that we want to celebrate them on tonight's call. So this is just a call for new directors to please let me or Robin know. If any of you have a new director, let us know. If any of you are a new director, let us know, because we'd like to celebrate you. And because we're probably going to have a handful or two of them, it'll be short, we'll introduce you. We'll, ask how long you've been in LifeWave and, what you like best about LifeWave and a little success secret, a success tip, because success leaves clues, and folks that are now, achieving the new director rank, we really want to celebrate them. So that's some of what we'll be covering today. We'll probably cover some of the highlights from the comp plan call that's going to be going on this morning or this afternoon, depending on your time zone. And that's pretty much it, what I had to cover. And so I just want to thank everybody for getting out of bed and being with us here today. We love this Monday morning miracle call. It's kind of like our B12 shot for the day and the week. And thanks again, Beamy, for doing such a splendid job. And so if you'd like to unmute yourself and say your farewell, now's a good time to do that.
Farewell.
Bye.
Thank you, Beamy.
Thank you.
Great job,
Amy.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Great
you,
job.
everyone.
Nice
Call
job.
today,
Everyone.
everyone.
Thank you.
Everybody.
See you next
time.
Thank you. It was amazing. Thank you.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Fabulous
Good
call.
job, Beamy.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you, Beamy.
Thanks,
Energy.
Beamy.
Thanks for all the shares.
Yeah, good.
Thank
good
you.
update. Very good.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye.